Alright, before we go into the victory screen, let me take a look where her stack actually is. I can only see archers really, a few mages, stone wardens. Pretty highly promoted stone wardens, by the way. I wonder why she still has such a high power rating. Interesting. Maybe it's because we don't keep anybody in our garrisons aside from a few units, pretty strong units in many of the cities, but yeah. But otherwise we have all our power, kind of assembled in these army fists, whereas she has them like butter across a loaf of bread, spread evenly throughout the empire. I still think she lost a few units here, which explains this dip, because these dips, this is where we started to take her cities. But this massive one is probably something that has to do with this area. Okay, let's see. No, not interested. There's our conquest victory. Okay, let's play the movie. Yeah, our location was pretty hard, I'd say. We had a good start, and we'll look more at that as we do this small after action report. The settling speed is pretty good with the trait that Jonas has, that he can build settlers at double speed. And the Khazad are looking big, but no iron, plus disciple monks. Interesting. There we go. Okay, so let's look at the graphs. Score-wise, we went to first place relatively fast. I guess that was due to some nice early wars and the fact that we're Jonas and we build those cities very quickly. Gold-wise, oh, interesting. Elohim was leading the way until late in the game. Khazad is supposed to have a lot of gold, but yeah, look at that. Maybe that's one of the reasons they lost to the Elohim. Fast. Elohim's manufacturing was through the roof over here. And then somehow it just went down. Interesting. Crop yield, yeah, that's aristocratianism for you. Nobody can compete with you in crop yield. Power, interesting dip again. You don't need too many units to defeat the AI, as long as you have something to whittle down their stacks, like the catapults, or maybe mages with some nice spells. Culture. So she was going like for the culture victory as well as the religious victory, and maybe even for the Tower of Mastery victory. So kind of smart. Yeah, not a bad empire we built with the Elohim. And okay, that's what did we kill most? Calebim's Moroi, Mahala's Sons of Asena, and Bloodpats. A few archers, and these are from the Elohim, so we didn't need to kill too many Elohim's units, and she still yielded. Did we lose? Experimenters to Soldiers of Kilmarth? Yeah, that's probably thanks to catapults, and then in the last war that's thanks to the sheer power of the ogres and the various effects we apply to them, like Enchanted Blade and Shield of Faith. Okay, markets as usual, courthouses, warrens, right? You can even check the improvements farms, what we have right now, not necessarily what we build. It turned out to be a pretty long game, almost 11 hours. Yeah, that's a nice score. Yeah, the list now rolled over, so the past wins for the basic Fall from Heaven, they're not in here. Okay, let's talk about the game. Now let's do this so we don't have them in the way. So much military, right? Chill, guys. Just chill. Alright, so this was our spawn. I think we spawned over here and then we moved once we scouted the gold mine. So we moved up a bit. So in terms of commerce, this was a very, very nice spot. It may have been better with incense instead of wine, and maybe dyes instead of gold. We did have the Goblin Fort, but the Calabim, I think that was the Calabim, they destroyed it very quickly, so we had no option of doing the Wolf Rider Rush or something. If you look at the Elohim start, their start is actually... No, well, yeah, it's good. It's really good. They have lots of heals. They do have the gold, and they have the dyes. Well, yeah, kind of in the same area. But what was working against us is that we were in the middle between other civilizations. It helped being evil next to evil Mahala and evil Calabim. If we had like Banor with Sabathia or Capria, who are good, will be worst enemies right away. Even more so if there was another good fellow over here by the Banor side, and we would have died, I think, by turn 90. So we had some luck for us, although we're clenched between the two civs, Mahala and Elohim. So I think we actually had some good luck in the game. We got a map from a tribal hut, so we were able to see through all the way through here, and we saw Arthur's border. I made the decision not to scout in that direction because there would be no huts anyways. And what this resulted in is that Khazad met Elohim and designated Elohim as their worst enemy. And I think that's what... No, Elohim designated Mahala as their worst enemy. So if we scouted over there, like SAP, and met Atheros first or a few turns after the Elohim, probably he would label us as the worst enemy. It would be a completely different game, because eventually Khazad went to war with the Elohim once they did have a situation when their military rating was a bit higher thanks to the sheer number of units. So geopolitically, so to speak, it was a difficult situation. It was helped by the fact that the neighbors on the east were evil, so they weren't looking to attack us too quickly, and that the Khazad chose Elohim as their worst enemy and wanted to go after them rather than us. Plus we had jungle here, and I don't think they wanted to go through the jungle and capture cities on the other side of the jungle. Okay, so the game actually, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way the game evolved. It was interesting. The more naval AI improvements really made it challenging. We had Mahala, who was plotting, and I'm pretty sure she was plotting on me. There's no way she wanted to attack the Calabim, because our army at the time she started plotting, that was around 105, I think. turn 105. We had no army. We just had a few archers that we stole from the barbs with our world spell, like 2 or 3, a few warriors and a few goblins, and that's it. And good lord, it was so good. We had a trade connection to the Celebeam, and we could bribe her into attacking Mahala. If it was not so, yeah, that would have been game over. And then we didn't need to bribe Khazad into attacking the Elohim. Once he started plotting, and I saw that fist next to Khazad's line here, I was pretty sure he's going to attack her. And yeah, anyways, by that time we had a stack. Although it was over here, we could move it relatively fast here. So in terms of research, with this start, it's no-brainer. I think we went agriculture calendar for farms and agrarianism, plantation on the reagents for more research, then mining with crafting as a prerequisite, so we could connect the wine, the gold, then chop out the forest under the silk and get the silk. Roads were important with exploration to start trading and pleasing the AI, and roads was so important to cause the war in the east. Right. So yeah. It's interesting how in this map the resources are so scarce. You don't have enough corn to feed everyone, but that's my experience in Basic Fall from Heaven. But now the luxury resources, they're also very sparse. Just 2 gems for 5 civilizations. Marble is always scarce, but then dyes, only like 3 dyes for 5 civs. Yeah, not enough anything. 2 cotton, well, 4 cotton. Cotton is fine. Everybody wants to wear blue jeans, so everyone gets cotton. Yeah, so now back to research. Bronze working was important. I usually tend to go for it later, but we had jungle over the gems, and clearing jungle, which bronze working allows you to do, is very nice for commerce. So we kind of rose our research by, I think, like 30% when we got these 2. Yeah, Elder Council from mysticism for the Great Sage is important, the God King is important. Then Elohim were very kind to bring in the temple, to bring in the runes of Kilmarth for us. This religion is giving gold when you follow it, unlike all the others that give just culture. We did wait quite a while to unlock Way of the Earth Mother and start building Soldiers of Kilmarth with warrants for a hammer boost. And I did wait, so I had Veko asking me, one of the viewers asking me in a comment in one of the episodes why I was waiting to build the heroic epic. So what the heroic epic does for the clan is that you essentially gain. So when you build 2 Soldiers of Kilmarth with warrants, so you build them for like 90 hammers each, and each one of them hurries production by 45 hammers. So you get 1-for-1 conversion with warrants. When you get heroic epic, you get 1-for-2 conversions. And I was waiting for that because I was very greedy. I expected to found Empyrean. I really did not expect Elohim to go all in into religion. And with Empyrean, you can get Dies Day. It's a wonder that you can build with a great prophet. It gives 2 XP to all disciple units. And so then build some Paramanders and Crusaders out of that city. So yeah, and yeah, then getting the economy right, getting these 2 tax, eventually getting this cherry on top with the shaman and necromancy for shadow, entropy, and chaos. Oh, chaos we got from Hela. Obviously, feudalism to vassalize our targets, and eventually ogres for the green tide. All right. So very interesting game, quite challenging. We had to deal with multiple threats. I had to scratch my head multiple times, thinking what's the best way to move forward, how to protect from this threat or that threat. Elohim were very close to winning with religion. Now I know what the sound is when this voice says our weapons is applied. It's the Inquisition sound. I don't want to hear that. I think we'll stay for the next game, which will be a Dove Yellow game. I think we'll stay on Immortal. I did a few test games on Deity with various civilizations, and on crowded maps, small maps, they are quite hard. Especially if you meet Jonas next to you. By the time you found your second city, Jonas already has 6. And that's around like turn 60, right? Turn 50? Turn 40 at best. So there's that. So we'll keep it on Immortal. We'll keep it on Pangaea. Eventually, I had an advice to go with Erebus continent map script, and we'll do that probably in the Elohim game. But we'll keep it standard. We'll remove Acheron again. Don't need him anymore. Okay, that's how we'll do it. And with the way Dove Yellow are designed, it's also going to be a conquest game. And just to whet your appetite a bit, after the Dove Yellow game, I think I'll step away for Fall from Heaven for 1 game, and we'll try another nice total conversion mod for Civilization 4, which I did mention in one of the episodes. It has to do with a desert planet, and it's set in the future. So, out for now. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure to be subscribed and to like it so other people can discover it. And meet you in the next Let's Play.